Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Drafting with Trevor-The-Timmy. We're drafting dimes here with Kaladesh. Thank you for joining. If you'd give me a like and a subscribe, I definitely would appreciate that. Leave a comment with any of the Timmy plays we made and the mistakes. I'm sure there will be plenty of them. Hopefully we can draft in one of these times. We'll get a 7-win league. We'll get there eventually. Just need a last opponent to go. He's ready. Let's switch this back. Well, there's some good cards here. I'm pretty sure it's just Protector, though. That card's pretty nuts. He's been pretty good when I've drafted him. If we knew we were in Giants, this is a great card. This has been really good for me, too. So all of those are pretty solid. Behold the Multiverse, I think, is still the best common. The Green Wolf could also be. This guy's been surprisingly good. This is really good in Snow. If you want to go Snow, you can go this way. So there's a lot of power in this pack compared to the last draft video we had recorded. If you watched that, the first pack, there's a lot less options in that one. This is awesome, though. Just protects your team, flashes and you need something. Easy first pick. So I don't think blue and white is a great combination here, but this is definitely the first card that jumps out to me. This is good in Giants. I would not take it this early. I haven't played the runes a lot. I don't think they've been especially great. We did get smashed by these in the last draft. The opponent had 2 of them, and definitely take a look. It was impressive. It was a very strong draw. The rest of these are pretty replacement white cards. So we're going to take the high-powered blue card. I think that's pretty clearly just the pick out of this pack. The only other argument I could see is if you were trying to go Snow, but I think this is much safer. Well, we can keep trying to make the Trickster's God work. It has not worked for us yet, so the other options are removal spells. Both of them are solid. This one's less good because there are sack outlets, and there's the green 2-drop to get around it. I don't think we really want to go into a bunch of colors yet because we don't know where we are. So it's one of the 2 removal spells. I think we're going to take Bound just because we have this already. I do think the black removal is a little bit better, just given everything. It looks like we're going to be some type of white aggressive, so I think this is the pick. That's at least what we're building towards, which is fine. If we end up with white splash blue aggressive, drawing some cards if we start to run out is good. This is really the only other card I would consider right now. Anyway, it's been pretty fine for me, so I think this is an easy pick. Okay, I really do like this card. I think that's really strong. We haven't seen a lot of other red, and I don't know that it's strong enough to jump off of that. +2/+2, you can exile it to return another card too. So we can return our removal spell, which is awesome. I think we're just taking that. We're going all in on the kind of white aggressive deck. A couple good red cards, though. So now we have the question of, do we want the rune, which does give lifelink, draw a card, so it just replaces itself minimum, or we get just the 2-drop that also has lifelink. Overall, we have a couple non-creatures, so it might just be the creature. I haven't got to play with these much, though, so I think we're going to give these a try. So exiles non-creature. The other thing is it gives us something to return with this, too. Having a couple options is nice, so we'll go with that. Oof. I don't think there's enough Giants in those colors. Maybe we get some of the 3-drop. So this one, the Mistwalker, would really like some of those, but we're going to try this. I think this is fine. Just as a one, just casting it for 2. But if you ever get to do the dig through time, spend 3 total mana and get 2 cards out of the top 6, it's really insane. So we would like 1 or 2 of these. We'll put a lot of value on those. This would be fine if we were staying white, but I like the upside a lot here. So nothing jumping out right away. It might just be rare drafting, honestly. We're not playing this. I don't think we're pivoting to red right yet. Even if we are, we're aggressive. So this is really the only one we'd be considering. Neither of these are particularly great in the deck, so we're just going to take the rare. Probably play in a different video. This is functioning as a combat trick for us. Otherwise, we can take this as a potential splash. I think we'll just take the land for now, just in case. We would probably play one of those. We'll take the land and see what happens. Stay a little open. We are kind of going aggressive. If we can go even that into the steal is very hard for the opponent to deal with. So we'll stay on the plan. We could play this in theory. It is a playable creature. Somebody could have a really solid Frenzy boasting deck with the Frenzied Raider. I think in the aggressive deck we want this more, but one of those in the top end would be nice. It's almost a giant. It can almost be a giant for us. We'll take the gifts. I don't think we're playing that though. Definitely not splashing for it. If we somehow end up black-white instead, I think the blue is pretty powerful, but if we end up black-white, we probably play the rights. Our giant, he made it to us. Oh, this thing is just insane. When I played it, that's enough to take that and consider not playing the blue cards. Especially there's nothing, just a rare replacement 2. And the blue's not great. Yeah, we're taking that. I mean, if we were in some kind of mid-range soup deck, we'd take this as color fixing, but we're not green. That's a very good card. If this was pack 1, pick 1, it would just be this. If that wasn't there, probably the brawl is where I'd be going. But pretty replacement 2. I don't know how many 1-drops we're going to play anyway, so we're going to take this and consider going into red. So if we want to go more into red, we go this way. Taking that with the creature type is probably worth it. I don't think we have enough of any specific creature type. No. So I think we're just taking that and staying on plan. We'd play either of these if they wheel. This is a later removal spell. This should be our payoff for being white aggressive, though. Let's take the Mistwalker. Turns on our dig through time. Well, this is pretty clearly, with all of our 1-drops, just getting extra creatures. We'd love to have as many of those as we can get. Maybe we'd play this. Probably play one of those. That's about it, though. So let's take our 2-drop. So we get some kind of mana fixing. Let's see if we can wield a rune. Giving flying is pretty solid. It does play into playing 2 spells a turn. Mana fixing would be nice. I think we're on route to have enough playables. Then again, though, we can return things, and when we can do that and draw cards, that's good. We have currently 1, 2, 3. Then we're probably done taking those. Yeah, let's take that. I'd love this to wheel. So we need to really prioritize just creatures now. Take the lifelinker. It's really good. I do need to try the Ox Plow deck at some point where you're just drafting a bunch of them. I don't think this is where we're pivoting to that. We'd like one of these just with all of the things we can return. We have a bunch of, well, we have an artifact, and we have a bunch of enchantments. So one of those seems fine. We'd maybe play a Raven form, get rid of something big. I'll take one of that, though. I don't think we're playing him. I think the Raven's better, even just as a 2-drop into 3. We'd probably play either of those, though. We might be aggressive enough to actually play Bind. We have a lot of cheap creatures. We'll take that and give it a try. I think we'd play either of those as well, but I don't think we want 2 of these. Maybe we'd play 2 Binds in this deck. These are really still going around. That's crazy. We must not have any snow. But even in green, this is fine in a green deck. I'll take Raven form. If we make 1 big creature, we'll probably play 1 Stroke, actually. We're going to take this. It'll be just a late removal spell. It's nothing insane, but we could definitely play it. It's basically a combat trick, but it is a creature. I'm going to take the land. We're not playing any of these. We're probably not playing this either. Just having off-color lands isn't going to help a lot. I'd love one more Mistwalker or some type of giant. What are we at for creatures here? 10, so we're a little light on creatures. We need to pick up ideally 4 to 5 creatures in this final pack. And then we might be cutting some other cards anyway. I think we do have an Ox already. Well, we'll take this, and if we somehow get another one and another 2 Oxes, we'll give that a try. So I think Bind is better than Raven Form here. I like what we've got going on here. I don't think this is normally a deck, but I have a hard time seeing us play this. But it's more likely than the other card. Take it. Oh, it does turn into an angel. This is kind of like a removal spell. This is an aggressive 3-drop, but I think we're just going to take this. It's a little awkward that it's not actually a creature early, but I think there's some upside there. This is fine. Again, I'll play this, but it seems like that will wheel. We could play that too, but again, we'll probably wheel. Ooh, we've got poop in here. An Inkbot. So for 1-drops, this is the most likely 1-drop to get cut right now too, since we want to be base white. The other one of these didn't wheel, did it? That's not necessarily a great sign. If we were green, that would be the easy pick. I think we're taking this just as some late game that does bring things back. Our late game's starting to get a little higher, so maybe we're not as aggressive as we had thought. But it still is just the best card in our colors, and we'd play either of these. Oof, that's a really good one. We're going to take that because, well, this really makes us think. If we get a second duel, we're playing this. It's just nuts. This is probably better for the deck. We could go for the Plow Dream. That's around there too. Since we seem to be a little later, we're going to take this as a speculative, but if we can get a second black source, that would be something we'd try. The other one definitely fits our deck a little better. So do we go Bind? So I think the Cleric is just the pick here. Make something else bigger, or itself if you want. Oh, we could play another Giant and have no payoff there. So let us play some of our enchantments cheaper. We don't really want more of those right now, so we'll take that. It's super medium. Snow Permanent, a legendary card, or a Saga. Do we have any legendaries? We do have a Saga. I don't think we're getting there on multiple black sources, though, so it's probably not getting played. Yeah, we're just not getting enough to play that either. All very meh cards, nothing good for us. I think we're going to take this. Actually, we're just going to take the rare. We're not playing that. Who am I trying to kid? This we will play, though. We're taking one more of those, too. Nobody really wants to be Giants this time. But yeah, we'll take the 1-drop. Allows for some good aggressive starts for us. Jeez, somebody could add a bunch of these. Just search for all their removal. All of the, where is it here? The Bounding Gold. That's a nice little combo. Search it out. Meanwhile, for us, I don't think we're playing any of these. So we'll take the land. It's not going to get played. We need another 3-drop. I don't think we do. I think we're going to take Bind and use it as a removal spell. We're going to cut at least Raven Form. And none of these are likely getting played. We'll take it. It is a 1-drop creature. Plow did come around. Unfortunately, Ox is in the same pack. We're going to take the 1-drop here, keep going aggressive. 3 bind might be on the high end, but well, let's see what we can do here. Should be an interesting one. We're kind of a weird mix of cards. I wish we had gotten there with that. That would have been awesome. So those I think are all staying. Let's cut Raven Form. I think we go down 1 land. What's our split like right now? It is more white. And we can cut some of these. Like one of those should go, probably 2 of those. That could be really aggressive. It can also just get super removed. So we would like to have the 2nd Spirit. It is a little awkward having picked the rare. I think the upside was there, but we'll probably actually just stay with 17, even though we're aggressive. We have some good, or at least reasonably good late game. That's not making it. That will also not make it. It tried to sneak in there. 2 mana do nothing is not where we want to be. This is questionable, honestly, the way the deck turned out, not having a 2nd giant, but I think we will leave it in to try it. We're going to see the total number of creatures we have. We really don't want to cut any more creatures. Let's take a look at how our curve looks. You know what? We are just going to cut Glimpse. I'd love to be able to play it. The upside is very low, and if it was just the front side in this deck, just the 2 mana, look at the top 3, take 1, we probably wouldn't be playing it. So counting on leaving Mistwalker alive, it's just not where we want to be. So it's actually more of a late game card. Oops, now we removed it. That's not what we wanted to do. We do want some of those late game cards to finish it off. 3 of those might be too aggressive, but we are trying to play aggressive here, so I think we're going to leave that. This is probably the weakest of the auras we have. 2 of them replace themselves. This is +2/+2. And the question is, do we go a little bit less aggressive? We could do cut that and throw this back in. That might be better if we just are slightly bit less aggressive. Because we've got the powerful starts of Raptor into this. If we leave Raptor in, I just don't think that's enough to justify it. This is fine if we were more aggressive, but since we've got the late game, crewing that's just not enough right now. Yeah, it talked itself back into the deck. We're going to try to live the dream at least once. Let's see our final. Definitely leaning heavier white, but we're going to try this. Let me know if you feel we should have a different 40th card. They're likely, we could have drafted a couple cards differently too. I like going for the upside based on where the deck was to take the Angel Saga, but it could very well be wrong. This is a little awkward that we're going to just play this without getting any extra value on it, but I It's not exactly how we drew it up. Just hope they don't have any removal spells is basically where we're at. Yeah, we'd love to have any other 1-drop. But it will turn into a 3/3 Vigilance and then give it flying. Of course, draw the 1-drop the next turn. Let's get this going though. You know, cowards can't block warriors and whatnot. Just gotta get in there. So we can cast 2 spells this turn, which is probably what we're doing then. And then next turn we can boast and put this on. This is a nice aggressive start. The opponent's going to need something solid to try to peel their way out of this one. That's a good one. That's a really good one. So we can leave this on the ground. We're happy to trade. This just makes warriors. Let's give that flying. Let's see if we can hit anything. Not exactly anything, but leave this one back. They can't block this, can't block that. We'll trade. Yeah, we'll do that, or we can have them take 6. I think they have to make that block. We can exile this to return that eventually. Oh, yeah, let's just boast. We were going to play that out, but we'll just keep putting creatures on the field. Make them have something. Otherwise we keep getting them for 3 in the air. Too bad we don't have another one. Just keep adding to the board. They're going to have to deal with us eventually. Now we can return things too. We could, in theory, return that and make this into a giant flyer. Yeah, ground creatures aren't going to do it for you. They will not. So I think we do want to play this first so we can get the +1/+1 counter. Question is, are we... For a second spell cast, so we can't get that, but we can get the +2/+2. We should be in a pretty good spot then. We're going to attach here. We're going to cast this. Oh, we've almost got them dead. We've got 6 flying. 6 flying that can attack, I should say. They should be very dead next turn. This was quite the aggressive draw. This is mostly what we would draw the deck up to do. Well, they do get to draw 2 cards. I think they need Wrath here. I don't think that's going to do it. Got there. Nice aggressive draw. I do love being aggressive in this format. A lot of the drafts we've had have not pushed us that way, but I like where this one's at for sure. The red aggressive cards have been very good for me. Here we go. Got that 1 win. Let's see what we can keep doing. Just a reminder while we're waiting for this one, if you want to like and subscribe, smash the subscribe button. Definitely appreciate it. Okay, we got 1 into either make a creature or get aggressive. Probably just make a creature. Start going a little wider. We'll see though. We could start building up a big guy too. Yeah, we're just gonna start getting the board a little wider. Gives us something else to play things on too. If they start dying, we're gonna play him and then probably make him into a giant. It's awkward that so many of our things are white and we fit all these blue lands. Yeah, let's get the flyer down. They will start playing things eventually, and then having more 1/1s is not worth it. Our best draw might just be planes, which is a little weird. Well, either way, that's not it. Just want to give this lifelink draw card. Yeah, let's try it. Also not planes. So most likely they've got the 3/2, so no reason to attack him with the 1/1. Look at that. It's like we played the format. Then I'll make a misplay very soon, and it will be obvious I have not. Yeah, if one of these was another planes, they are in a very bad spot. Did they really? Okay, cast it without well, let's make it big. Get in there for 4. Ours is a little bit bigger. The next turn, if they try to leave it back, we tap or leave it so I can't attack. Yeah, we really need another white source. We do a couple turns in a row of multiple spells, getting the +1/+1. Got a kill spell because that's awkward too. Yeah, they do. Well, let's play some creatures out. That's what we've got to do. We've got a little bit of life to work with. I think we're in a pretty bad spot, though. They can just keep playing our creatures out. Oh, they don't have any snow. That's a little better. But they can, in theory, keep playing our creatures. Okay, that's really awkward in that deck. Like, sure, you have a 4/4 Angel. It's not worth a card. Which one of these is the snow source? Oh, they have, it's just white. Okay. So we need to be, what, a couple more mana away? So that's going to be a later one. Let's exile this and see what happens. It's not fun, but it stops them from constantly nothing. Interesting. That's not what I would have expected. Yeah, we'll get in for 2. No permanents in hand. They have a Wrath? It's a very aggressive attack, too. Well, we can bind a monster. The monster's been bound. Put a counter here. I think we're at the point where we're just going to return that. Potentially Especially getting lifelink could be good for us. It at least replaces itself with a card too, gets us closer to another land. We could hold off and try to get one of our removal spells back, but that seems overly aggressive. No stop from our opponent. They're definitely not a coward. Oh, let's try to give this bad boy lifelink, and then we'll pump him up. Oh, let's get in there. Sure. That's not the best use I've ever seen with that. 5 mana to trade. That's a rough way to do it. Yeah, they can get in for 2 if they want. I don't think they can because they. Okay, they sure can. Okay, letting us tap that down a bunch of ways. Yeah. Turns out we have so many removal spells for you. Let's get there. Yeah, this is not a good rare. I would not play this unless you were somehow super aggressive. I don't even know what the same creature type is in this format that you want to play that. It's very much a constructed card. Get all the creatures of the same type and keep getting in there. Okay, we got 2 wins. Let's see what we can do. The lesson, just always be aggressive. Be aggressive. See, even this aggressive horn, +2/+1, that's what we're all about. Oh, while we're waiting again, leave me a comment. Anything you're enjoying, anything else you'd like to see. We'll move on to some constructed when we start running out of gems and money, but just as a reminder, we're free to play, so we're trying to maximize what we can do with playing for free to start. We've got our mana. It's not the super most aggressive, but we'll get in there. Bind has been good in this deck, at least so far. It could really punish us here, but we have been much more aggressive than most of the decks I've played Bind in so far. Nice thing is we've got some late game with this hand too. Let's get that out there. If we get to cast a Behold, we probably can get a Spirit eventually. I think there's a solid mono white aggressive deck here too. So most likely we're just tapping that down. And then foretelling one of these. Question is, do we want to foretell the creature or the draw? I think the creature is where we want to be. Maybe this is the actual better one to do, but start getting some power down on the field. We can tap one more thing down, and then we can always start drawing cards if we need to. That's awkward. Especially with that happening, that's just extremely awkward. We can set this up so we can attack with that, I guess. And we want to start getting spirits is the key here, so let's foretell both of these. No reason to trade off yet. At some point we can. Apparently they are somewhat of an elves deck, though. This is interesting. Like I have to think they're mono green. They probably aren't, but I'm not playing this in a normal 2-color deck. guess you can just keep spending 2 mana and making something big forever. Maybe I'm underestimating it. It needs to be legendary, though. What are you playing legendary? If it was anything, for sure you'd play it. So we'll probably be holding, and then I guess that's the legendary card. So you can just make that big. And we can also just bind it. So cast this. To bind here. Get in there for 2. They attack, we'll block. Oof. That doesn't feel good. Let's get in for 4 in the air. We're definitely in a race type situation. So I think end of turn, we see if we can get them to attack and eat something and draw, and we make a flyer at the end of their turn. We're just going to have to erase this. There's not a trading a bunch of cards for it. It's not ideal. We'll discard this. Normally we'd like to trade something out of it, but so they are in the 2-color deck. I don't think that's worth it. We'll see if they have any other legendaries, but and we're not exiling anything. We're going to try to go for the eat something. It'd be it won't feel great if we run into a combat trick, but we're probably dead to the +4 anyway, so we cast this, get another flyer. Got 8 points of flying. Glimpse should find us something else, which gives us another flyer, so we'll leave it. Oh, that's probably the best case here. Can we, 3, 6, 7, 8? So it doesn't, we're not killing them if we get the +1/+1 counter. So we will just take this. It replaces itself. Let's play the island. See the angel. Get another flyer. And then we're in a really good racing spot too. That might be lethal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite. But we're not really blocking in defense anyway. I mean, we can stop back 1, I guess, but we'll take the 6. All right, this is probably blocking anyway. That might be too aggressive, but being at 12, you can give a counter to that. So what outs do they have here? The +4/+4 would get them up to 11. So they didn't have it, but they could do that with the hexproof +1/+1 counter. And in theory, that would get them there. I mean, we're blocking something, so they need to have, I think, 2 of that plus the +4/+4. And in that case, they could have gotten us, but So I guess that probably means we should have held back with the 2/2 that we gave flying to. But I mean, instead of playing around 3 specific cards, basically ensuring they're dead is where I like to be too. It's potentially not the optimal play, but I am a Timmy. So this is a little awkward that we're basically just playing these and not doing anything else. I think we have to keep it and hope we get some other things. There's some late game power in this deck. If this was just a normal super aggressive deck, we probably aren't keeping it. But we hope they're like a weird 3-color deck that doesn't do anything until turn 3, and we can get in for 5 or 6 damage before they start. It looks like they are not, though. Sure, we can trade those off. We're going to hold off to bind. We are okay with that. We can start gaining some life. See what colors they are, but I have to think we're favored in this. We're like the slightly bigger mid-range deck. Maybe not, though, if they're green. I just think anything playing this. So we're going to hold on to that so we can get the counter. Just getting the 1/1 on turn 3 is not a big deal. We tap whatever they play. Play this, turn this into a 3/3 lifelinker. Yep, exactly. Perfect. The awkward thing is then, I guess we're still casting Glimpse. Oh no, we need to do this. Almost talked ourselves into a bad play. Let's get in there. Cast Glimpse and see what we can find. None of those are good. I guess 2 of them are on the bottom at least. Why can't you be a giant dwarf? Maybe next time. Okay. Well, let's bind the monster. It's nice when we are just gaining the life back. Maybe we'll trade, sure. We could just be playing this as a 5-drop. Okay, we are just playing that as a 5-drop apparently. We're going to hold the land. I know it is not often right, but that's awkward. There's 3-drop trades with that. No reason to attack. We're getting a little flooded here. If they attack with both these, we'll trade 4 for 4. This holds that back. So this is the right play for quite a while. And only 1 damage is not a big deal. I mean, a 22 turn clock we can live with. So, yeah. We will not block. If they want to chump, great. That's not good. We'll again see if they do want to chump. Maybe we're supposed to be holding that back. Because if they swing out here, I think they do win the race. We'd love to draw the rune that gives us lifelink and replaces itself. You never really want to be in the spot in these of drawing 7 lands to 5. Just down 2 cards. They've also got us on a 2-turn clock. So, oof. Well, they've got us dead. That's awful. That's so many lands, too. I mean, I assume they can figure out the correct play, but that's really unfortunate. Look, they did it. I think if we have one more action spell, we're in a good spot. Not necessarily that we win, though. I mean, they still have plenty on the board. So we probably shouldn't have attacked the turn earlier, just in hindsight. With them drawing the flying, that's ultimately probably doesn't matter, but just as a learning perspective. Seeing the two decks, I still feel I prefer to be on our side of the two. So this is going to be a slower game because we're going to hold off this to make this into a 3-3 and play these on turn 4, but we're keeping it. Okay, so we are playing that on turn 2. Let's see what we can hit. Let's take the steal. So we can play this, play that, and this needs to be the second spell. Let's get a flyer out there. Oh, looks like our flyer's going to die. The nice thing is we can return something. Just this letting you kind of run away with some games while also not being completely dead is nice. Making this cost less, probably still worth it, so we can turn it into a 2-2. It's got its base, but we will decline for now. See if we can make him waste 2 removal spells on it. We'll make him bigger so we can hold that back. Get in there for 2. Hey, at the point of second removal spell, so it's a 2 for 2. Yeah, let's go for it. Sure. We will decline. So this is, I mean, we need the 2 blue, so we'd rather hold this, but giving flying just doesn't matter. So I'm pretty confident they have the deal 5 damage to a tapped creature, which they did not want to spend on this, it looks like. Understandable. It also just doesn't feel good when you've already put what should be a removal spell on it. This is not going to do a lot for us right now. Ideally, they tap out for a... Oh, that should be good eventually. But ideally, they tap out for 4-drop at some point. We can bind it. Sure, it's dead. Let's draw a card. We are not going to exile the thing that's already dead. Or already incapacitated. We'd really love to hit our giant, though. I feel like they are slightly favored at this point. We can keep hitting, but we're only really gaining 1 a turn. That's a good one. I think we're just going to tap it down, though. Because we really don't want to let it be replaced with something. Just keep trying to pull ahead one at a time. Yeah, this is not a huge clock for us, though. I'd like to get some kind of value out of this, so ideally they do kill this at some point. The question is, how long are we going to hold out for that? And not any longer is the answer. I could just very easily be wrong, but we're not winning that race. Yeah, we could really use our draw 2 here. They are solidly ahead. We will exile that one. Do they have anything to return with it? No. Decline. Okay, that's good. So we can play this, flash it back. Let's do this the better way first. Cast that. Flash that back. So this isn't doing anything this turn. So I guess we are taking the spirit. Let's exile that bad boy. Hope they don't have anything insane to put in. That's a pretty damn good one. That's by far the most punished I've gotten by doing that. We're just gonna have to hope our flyers get there, which they, unless they do have another black source. Yeah, that's just such a beating. We are living up to our Timmy status here, just giving them their uncastable bomb for free. Let's decline to do that, thank you. So I think we're okay trading. So if we swing, they're going to hit here and gain 2. We can only pump this 2 times, so not enough to trade. There's no reason to attack and just give them life, right? Like we can, if we pump this twice, it just offsets still. Let's get in with this one and see. As we would expect. There's a world where we could be holding that. We're going to play this. Yeah, we're not in a good spot. That was such a blowout. And they're going to gain life here. I'm not even sure what gets us out of this in our deck. So we pump, yeah, I mean, I think it's just correct for them to swing too. Go up to 10. We will decline. I mean, that's really awkward, but we are gonna tap it down. It's gonna gain them a bunch of life. And then we're gonna have to sacrifice this eventually, I guess. So let's get in there with this one. Yeah, we are in a spot of being dead to just about anything. This should be an entertaining video for everyone, just that blowout. Ugh. I have not drafted this deck. Apparently the black-white double spells is just beat us in the last video too. Apparently it is. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, I mean, you can. So we're going to sacrifice that one. We'll decline the other one. I mean, we can technically stay alive a turn if they don't attack. Or if they do attack, I guess we can trade. Otherwise, they just see how aggressive they are. This did not work out the way we would have hoped for this game. Oh, let's decline that one, staying. Oh, well, that was the misclick. Well, let's end the game in true Timmy style. Just opt out of that game. Didn't want it anyway. Okay, let's see if we get a fourth win. After those last couple, I'm not sure we've got 7 in us in this one. It started off pretty well. I was thinking we were going to get 6 or 7. After those last few, though, we'd be pretty happy with a fourth. We did get to get the achievement of casting our dig through time, so that's good. This is not a keep. It's not close to a keep. This is also not good. Keep 3 lands. Play this early, I guess. Hopefully we're on the draw. We're not. Well, this is terrible. Maybe they kept a no-lander. This will get there in 20 turns. Yeah, we're going to need to draw pretty well to get out of this one. So ideally they play nothing on turn 2. We can at least make one more creature here. Okay, that's at least a little step in the right direction. Yeah, it'd be great if we got value off one of these, but not the way it's meant to be. Now we're hoping they play just one creature, bounded in gold, or no creatures. We would accept no creatures. Better yet. We will take that. Just one creature next turn, even if it's the wolf. So we can get in for 6. No more creatures. Come on. That slows us down quite a bit. I think we're going to get in for 4. We could be alternately going the Raven route, but we'll keep putting pressure on them. Okay. I don't know why you're not killing one of the guys with Vigilance, but that's fine. Let's hope to get to play this. Ideally, we hit a land, we can play 2 things. There's arguments for playing this out, but I think taking to the skies is probably our best bet. They're just all the colors. This is basically the best we could have hoped to play against, though. If they tap out for another creature, we're just not attacking. Okay. Mistwalker? I wonder what they're enabling that with. It must be Mistwalker. Oh, come on, you didn't want to show us? Oof. That's a beating. Well, we're playing this and hoping to play 2 things later. The only nice thing is here, it's going to be hard for them to get super aggressive. I mean, they'll need some combination of just either a good flyer or do they have all the colors? They do now. They do now. Oh, this is a beating. Well, let's keep playing these in the correct mana efficiency. I mean, there's argument we just play that to try to get in for 3, but we're gonna hope to double spell, which might actually just be foretelling in this. Jeez, they've got pretty close to the perfect lineup against us, huh? Pretty close to it. Yeah, let's get that out. So if we're returning something, it's that most likely. That's not particularly great. I don't know what we're hoping to return, though. I guess, well, they're going to draw 2 cards. They're just going to run us over here. Yeah, we need to go to the skies. That's really the only way we get there. We're not ready to trade for 1 damage. And we can hold off and hopefully we get a way to tap this down too. Probably our best bet to steal something. This looks like a heck of a fun deck to play, though. The double Path of the World Tree. Especially when you can stop your opponent like this. Like, this is just the best case ever for them. Sit there with 5 cards in hand, a bunch on the field. So do we want to pump in 3 here? Probably. Let's go for it. Sure, you got me to activate. I assume you have some kind of removal spell. Okay. That's not the worst thing ever. So if given the chance, we'll probably block with this just to gain some life, and then we're going to bring it back anyway. It's a good sign. So they need the life to stay alive. They just had a removal spell. I mean, they still have 8 cards in hand, so we're not in too good of a spot, but maybe we can steal something. Okay, get aggressive. So if we draw a way to tap something down, they still got 2 things back, so that does not give us a big benefit. I think we do want to block here. Try to give ourselves some more time to draw things. That's a good one. If they have a removal spell, yeah, we're just going to hold that up because they can activate this a whole bunch, can't they? So it's 2 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So for every 3 mana, basically, they can do that. So they can make 3 4/4s. So it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ugh. So I guess we do need to play this so we have some... I don't think we're in a great spot still here anyway, but let's find out. Go opponent, though. Double Path to the World Tree. That is awesome. I would love to do that at any point. This is where you miss getting to play in person. Just shake somebody's hand for accomplishing that. What do you get to exile? Sure, I mean, it does that. If we get another turn, and we're probably just holding this up then, but we could return it. I don't know if that helps the clock at all, does it? I should assume they're making the correct play. I mean, I like the idea of if they're going all out to attack, that's probably a good sign for us. So this is going to chump. This will also chump. Let's figure out what we're looking at after that then. So at 4, 5, it's 11, 15. So yeah, we need to block one more thing. So if we block like this, 4, 7, 10, 14, we gain 2. doing something stupid here? Probably 7, 10, 14, 15. Yeah, let's do it. See if we can lose. I mean, we should just block here. Winning at 1 is great, right? Oh, got there. That's a game for the ages. I did not think we had that one. Okay, we got our 4th win. We got there. Adding a little bit of extra value to this league. To open up all the packs when we finally run out of gems and coins too. See if we get anything exciting. If anyone would be interested in watching that, somebody just comment on this so we can see if there's any interest. I'm going to. I was thinking about going and doing a opening of those, just talking about some of the cards as we go through them. Definitely, if anyone has any interest, leave a comment. We'll put it up as a video in the future then. Also, leave a comment if there's any standard decks you're thinking about. We'll try some fun ones, not just the tier 1. I think we have to keep this. It's not the greatest thing ever, but this should dig. Hopefully we eat something and tap a creature down. Ideally, this just finds Mistwalker. Oh, let's see what it is. Hey, look, we did it. Might get to live the dream twice. Oh, they've got an untap. So if they're really aggressive, they kill Mistwalker, so he can't flash this back. Oof. I mean, we're going to bind that monster. I just keep taking my card draw. It's hard to go wrong with that at this point. Awkwardly, this can't save that because it's an angel. Let's behold, then we can hold up both things. Ooh, you can untap it. Yeah, my friendly reminder, don't try to target an untapped one already. Unfortunately, it does not work the way you'd like it to. I also learned that the hard way. Let's make some more flyers. We will eat that eventually, but we're going to hope that they play the rest of their hand out so we don't get blown out like last game. Both of those are actually pretty good. Can we race with both? We play 2 spells then. Yeah, we're going to keep that. We're going to go removal heavy and see if we can race. So we can get this, we can tap something down. Okay, well that's a good one to tap down. We're probably chumping now. As much as we'd like not to. We really do not want them to draw cards. This kind of screws up the whole plan, but I'd really like them not to draw cards. I think we're in a solid spot if they do not. So playing 2 matters a lot less right now. Let's stop that one first. Getting that flight does not seem worthwhile. Yeah, let's bind this monster. It's the only one that... Oh, it does 1 to us. Oh, is it combat damage? Oh, thankfully. That would have been very awkward to let them draw a card for no reason. Should actually read things. Treat a 2-power flyer. Something we could start doing some extra. Get us some extra damage in there. Okay. They're doing some things. We're going to try to get that in combat. So we can activate this and still have enough. Yes. Get there. I guess we could have done that once more. This only costs 3 and not 4. We left a point out there. Classic Timmy. Well, let's go for the ambush. We can't exile any. Try it. Okay, so we'll trade. We're okay with that. It'd be nice if we get a 8 power. If we had done the 1 extra damage, hopefully we don't just lose because of that. So I think we're exiling the Recluse, and then hoping that it doesn't bite us in the ass. Please don't have something good. Really thinking about it. Ooh, they're pathing to the World Tree too. We're gonna get got again. Are they only 1 color red? So they're only white away from that? That's not bad. Or white or black. Let's play that out. Get in there for 4. They're gonna have so much mana soon. So we can get in for 3 and then make it lethal ideally next turn. Just need them to not hit anything too fancy. Even some big creatures in the ground. Go for it. So I guess since this can pump, is there 3 mana? It takes away a pump. Oh, that was a mistake. We could have gone for the kill, couldn't we? Math. It's only 7. We probably should have clicked through the blockers too. Okay, let's end the turn. That's almost enough. I think holding these is solid because even if they can somehow wrath our board, we can just make a 1/1 flyer, which would be enough to get there if they're at 1. Interestingly, that 1 damage could have mattered, so learn from my mistakes. Count your mana actually correctly. Okay, up to 5 wins. I thought this was a 5 or 6 win deck. 7 was maybe a stretch, but the start we had, the 3-0, was giving me some hope. I do think there's enough card advantage randomly to other cards that being aggressive still is a good payoff in this format. The nice thing is these games go a lot faster than the snow ones. Play a couple snow games and it takes you 2 hours or something to get there. So we have I guess we have to play this on 1, because it'll be a while before we're playing 2 spells. Not my favorite use of it. But let's hope they're a slow deck again and we get some damage in. Could bind our own monster. Seems so good. So we really don't want them to give something haste, but that's probably, well, get in for nothing then. Let's see if we hit anything with glimpse. Do we really want the land? I guess that might be it. We're gonna mist and bring back glimpse next time. We'll take the 2. Get in there. So that next turn is just this flashback glimpse, and then see where we go from there. Okay, I like that. I do like that a solid amount. Taking their turn off to, why would you not tap this correctly? Auto tapper. You nearly got me. We had to live the stream a lot. I did not think we would as often as this. So we've already got a removal spell, so I think Protector's worth it. We could have just went 2 removal spells and tried to really beat down, especially since they played a creature. But I don't think they can. Well, let's actually just do this the right way. Play this out. Play this, put the counter here. Then next turn we can cast this. If we hit another land, another white land, play both. Okay, that's a solid potential late game. Well, do we want to keep waiting for it, or do we just make our guys bigger right now? I guess for right now we're gonna get rid of that one. If they block here, which we're fine with, it opens us up for some future damage with these 2. Sneak them in for a little bit, which is also good. They can do 5 to this, or they can bind it in gold. Okay. So we're 1 turn away from that. Get in there for 2. So we can't exile that, keep being an angel. I guess you live by the all abilities, you die by it. We got the glimpse, so you don't get this. Ooh, it's a berserker. If only these were just when it enters. We'll get in for 3. We're going to keep holding this for right now. I guess We can equip it next turn anyway, so yes. So we'd like to get the body with it, but if not, we can equip and go for lethal. Be a 1 damage to that. I am bound in gold. Sure, you can kill one of those. No, we will not block. Okay, that's good. We want the body at this point. Yeah, the 6/5 flyers, so good. If they hadn't killed things, we would have went for the extra damage, but if we didn't hit a land, I should say, and they didn't kill things. Obviously, once we have the mana to pay for it, we're just going to make the 6/5. This one's been good when I played against it. Okay, let's see if we get there. In one good aggressive start, and we'll have a solid chance of getting our first 7-0. What do you think? We're going to get there? Leave me a comment before you watch this. No cheating and watching. You gotta leave a comment. Yes, we're going to get that 7th win, or no, you're too much of a Timmy to ever make it. Trevor's too much of a Timmy. Just leave that comment too. That's probably a safe bet, to be fair. This isn't really ideal, but we're going to keep it. Not doing anything till turn 3. Especially when we can get blown up by this one more time. That just seems right at this point. Or we might actually just be... So we can just enchant a permanent. Yeah, we're just going to turn this into a draw card. Okay, well, that is a late game plan. Yeah, this doesn't need flying. If we don't have another creature, it's just irrelevant. So, hey, look, we can do this. That's the right play, right? So if we hit a couple lands, do this. If we keep hitting other things, we can cast other things. So I'm happy with where we're at overall with this hand. I got a Recluse. Okay. I think we're going to bind that one. Well, actually, bind will be cheaper later. Maybe give us the chance of a double spell. The way we're building towards this, we probably should be trying to trade, but if we don't get there, I'd like a body to attach it to. Actually, we're only 1 turn away, so this makes it cheaper. This is the final chapter in this. Exile a creature. The greatest power. Wow. That's going to suck. Oh. Do we want to let a creature die? Or do we want to let them put their biggest thing on the field? I'm almost thinking about letting them put their biggest thing on the field. That can't be right. So we'll let him kill this. The sword will be back a turn. Let's bind this, though. No reason to keep taking damage from it. This one? You're going to put it in this one, right? Oof. we're going to hope that they try to go big into that. I don't think we're getting there in this one. This is not lined up well. Because this could trade in theory if that's what we want to do. We may actually try to trade now, so we can lifelink this bad boy up. So if they offer it, we will probably go for the trade. Oh, that's so bad. So bad for us. I guess at least we can exile that, question mark. Okay, they're getting aggressive. We're just gonna more or less have to hope that actually. Okay, so cast this. Equip that. We got 4 in the air, so we have to exile. Ugh. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. The sword unfortunately does not get flying. Well, that's really bad. We did die by the divine gambit. Our divine gambit was not divine enough. Well, it was okay in a couple games. It really blew us out in some games. So we'll do what we can with it. The one was a great blowout. That's pretty good. We'll see if for some reason our opponent can't figure out to attack. We'll take it. If they can't figure out to only attack with the flyers, so we'll jump and keep playing. I don't know what they're doing here, but do they have trample? Like, that just can't be right. Is it not binding? Oh. Well, it'll, it lets us stay alive for a turn or two. I assume they're just playing with us at this point. I don't know why they didn't want to kill us, but this thing is just unbeatable, it feels like. So, I mean, we can stay alive. We will continue to stay alive if that's what they're going to give us. Well, they're not giving it to us any longer. Good job, opponent, you got there. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Disappointed we came up one short, but we will get there eventually. Got a nice 6-win league in, so we will take that. Get some extra gems. Keep the gem train rolling. Keep going free to play for a little bit longer. So thank you all for tuning in to our sweet 6-win league. Give me a like and subscribe, please, and have a great night, everyone.